Continuation of The Walking Dead series Issue 2. Rick Grimes was heading towards Atlanta City in search of his wife and kid. He reached to a place called Georgia. His car fuel ran out, so he stopped near a petrol pump, but fuel tank of that petrol pump was empty. There was also a zombie lying inside another car, so Rick get out of there as soon as possible and headed towards Atlanta again. Rick's car went out of fuel, so he get out of the car in search of some people. Rick grabbed of his bag and abandoned the car. He started to walk and saw a house nearby. He went to that house in hope of meeting some survivals. Rick knocked the door twice and shouted if anyone was living inside the house, but no one answered from inside. So Rick decided to go inside the house. He slowly opened the door and entered inside the house. The house was stinking badly, and when he reached the living room, there was dead bodies of the family lived in that house. Rick could not see such horrible scene, so he ran out quickly. He was disgusted by that, so he started vomiting. When he came out, he saw a stable. Rick went inside the stable where he saw a horse. Rick petted the horse and grabs a horse saddle nearby and put that saddle on the horse. Rick also grabs a small axe nearby. Then Rick untie the horse, ride on the horse and get out of there. The horse was excited of finally getting out of the barn, so it ran very fast. The man was having difficulty to ride the horse. The horse jumped from the bar and went out in an open ground. Then both of them headed to Atlanta City. On their way to Atlanta City, Rick talked to the horse about his past for time pass and to get distracted from the current situation. Rick remembered the happiest day of his life. He had gone into work that morning, sitting at the station drinking his second cup of coffee. Suddenly, he gets a call that his wife Lori had her water broken. Rick grabs his coat and ran home to get her and called Dr. Stevens so they could meet at the hospital. Then he got Lori to hospital without a hitch. Rick held Lori's hand the whole time. Lori's pregnancy had some complications and she had to get a cesarean. Rick was really worried, but everything went okay. The first time Rick laid his eyes on little Carl, then he stopped talking as he came back to reality and said, "Thinking about the good times makes all this seem so much worse." Rick arrived to Atlanta City riding his horse. The city was very dirty and the streets were empty. They went inside the city where many zombies saw them and started following them. Rick and his horse were surrounded by the zombies. As zombies surrounded them, Rick tries to get out of there, but the zombies started attacking the horse. The horse started jumping and Rick fell off the horse. The horse got eaten by the zombies. Then one of the zombies saw Rick on the ground and about to bite him, but Rick took out his small axe and attacked the zombie at his head and killed him. Rick got the zombie's attention and the zombies started coming near towards him. Rick took out his pistol and started shooting at the zombies. Rick killed as many zombies as he can, but the zombies kept coming. There were a lot of zombies and Rick was fighting alone. When he get a chance, he ran into a narrow street where someone grabbed him. It was a middle-aged boy who told him that he can get them out of there and told Rick to follow him. Then the boy lead the way out of there and told Rick to stop using the gun or zombies of whole city will follow them. They reached to a corner, zombies were following them. Rick decided to fight them, but the boy denied the Rick's decision to fight. The boy pulled out a ladder and told Rick to follow him. Then both of them climbed the ladder and got to safety. Rick was shocked as he never saw that many of zombies. Then the boy and Rick climbed up to the rooftop of the building. The boy told Rick that he was lucky if he went more 50 blocks inside the city he would not be here with him right now. Then the boy told Rick to hurry up and jumped from one rooftop to another rooftop. Rick tried to stop him, but the boy already jumped and told Rick to jump. But Rick got scared as the rooftop was very high and refused to jump. The boy told him that it is easy and there is no other way except it. The bottom of the building is full of zombies and there is no way out. Rick agreed to jump. Rick jumped off the rooftop and grabbed the bar of another rooftop. As he was carrying heavy bag, he nearly fell off the rooftop. The boy grabbed Rick and pulled him up. The boy told Rick that he should have thrown his bag first, to which Rick replied that he should have told him before. Then the boy told him to hurry before the zombies spread out again and to run as fast as he can after they climb down. The building is close to the woods at the edge of city. They still needed to run a block as few zombies may appear in their way. But as long as they keep moving, the zombies should not be able to surround them. The boy also told Rick that the zombies moves very slowly, so he should not use gun and he should not let them touch him. One bite and it's all over. Then both of them climb down from building and start running. The boy showed Rick a secret way, then they arrived at an open ground. The boy started running again and Rick followed him. There was a dead person in their way, but they ignored it and kept running. They both kept running towards forest. While they were running, Rick told the boy that he woke up from hospital yesterday and was terrified seeing everything that happened. Then Rick told the boy to stop as the area looked safe to him and he was tired. Rick asked the boy about things he said before about the city and where are all the people that were there. The boy replied Rick that those zombies that tried to eat them were the people living in the city and he cannot go back into the city as they were all dead. The government tried to herd everyone into the cities so we had be easier to protect. All that did was put all the food in one place. Every time one of those things kills us, we become one of them. It took a week for just about everyone in the city to be killed. Then the boy asked Rick did his family were in the city. Then Rick started crying as he thought his wife and son are dead. The boy tried to calm him and told him that he was sorry to tell him in such way. Rick told the boy that they from Kentucky, but he was told his people were moved to larger cities. He figured his wife would took his son to her parents' place here in Atlanta. They may not have come, but he don't know where else they had gone. The boy told Rick not to give up hope as many people have survived some crazy shit. Then the boy told Rick there is a guy at the camp that actually made it out of Atlanta. Rick asked him about the camp and the boy replied yeah, there are many people at camp from different places and they both headed towards the camp. As both of they came close towards the camp, the boy told Rick that they were also latecomers. People tried to get into Atlanta too late like him but couldn't get in, so they set up camp there. Rick asked the boy if it is safe to camping out there, to which the boy replied yeah, they got some cars for shelter and they all take turns keeping watch at night. They figured that if they stick close to the city they will be able to find them when the government sorts all this mess out. Then they reached to the camp. Rick was very surprised. As Rick and the boy came inside the camp, Rick was very surprised as his wife and son were living in that camp with other people. His wife and son ran towards Rick and they hugged each other very tightly. Rick was very thankful to see his wife and son alive.